Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping with Natalie, or welcome to if you are new. Today we're going to be adding some comb supers, and I thought we would talk about that a little bit. I think I did a video last year on it, maybe. I never did a video on how we actually put the frames together and how we put the wax on, but hopefully I'll do that. I don't know if we're done for the year on doing that, but someday I'll get it done. So basically, I think we get the frames from Skipper Luttrell, and he's in Tennessee, I believe. And so we got them, I think it was last year, and he does a really good job. I mean, they're super nice frames. They fit perfectly in the boxes. They look great. And so these are shallows. We do shallows for our comb supers. And I have a video on how we cut the comb. I'll leave that link right here if you want to check it out. It's a really cool video. We use the Pierce cut comb, and I'm going to do another video on that hopefully soon, because they have a new one, and so I want to do that. And basically how this works is we get these sheets of wax, and so originally it's two of these put together, so it's like that thick, if that makes sense. So it's one whole frame, but we don't use the whole thing. We cut it in half. We cut the sheets in half, that way it goes further. And so we only use part of it, so it only covers half of it. And this is how much we use for it. Some people use more, some people use less. It just gives them to start the wax on, something to start with, kind of like a foundation piece. But how it works is we will melt some wax that we've collected, and then we'll slide this piece into the little, whatever that's called. There's a little like hole right here that you just slide the comb into. And then there's some wax that we drip the wax, the wet wax or hot wax. We drip it and it goes all the way down, and it just seals it into place. So you can't see it really that much, but there is wax that's sealing this in place. So that's what we do for them to stay, and that's how we do that. So it's a little bit of time. I know Gus Mitchell, he has a YouTube channel, and he was the one who got the whole idea from, and we've been doing this for I think 2 years now. It seems to do really well, or this is our second year doing it, and it seems to work really good. The comb sells really good also. We've noticed this year that it seems to be pretty popular, so we decided to kind of get into it a little bit more. And so now I wanted to kind of talk about how we decide what hives we want to put the comb on. So there's some hives that you can put comb on and they'll do nothing with it, and there's others that you'll put it on and they just build it right away and fill it. And so if we find that hive, we usually just dedicate it to comb because it seems to do really well with it. And then there's others that really just don't do super great. There's a hive down there that has comb on it, that's had comb on it for like a couple weeks now, and they're really not building it out. It is a lot of work for them, a lot more work than adding foundation or comb frames. It's just like already drawn out frames. They fill those ones super fast. Foundation already takes a little while. So when you're really starting from barely nothing, it takes them a minute to build it out and fill it and cap it and all of that. We usually like for our comb to be capped because it just looks nice. Comb honey is a little bit more the looks instead of how it tastes and everything. Of course we want it to taste good, but it's one thing that we do try to make it look really nice, especially because it's a lot of work to get to that point, so making sure that it looks good is always important to us. But anyways, what we're going to do today is add this comb box to this hive here. I decided to put it on this one because these two supers that they have are already drawn out and pretty much full, and so I figured we would do it today on this hive. And basically this is a single brood management box, and so I'm not going to put the new comb box right above the brood because there's a good chance that they might put some pollen in it because it's so close to that brood nest. And so what I'm going to do is take this first super off and then put the comb box and then put this super back on. Now typically if you have, let's say we're putting it on this hive, because it's double brood, I'll put it right above this box, above the deep. Hopefully that makes sense, but because it's single brood, again, we're going to go ahead and do it above this normal super. And so again, these are shallows and then these are mediums. But now that I'm looking at it, this looks kind of like a medium. I wonder if it is. Whoops, I don't know. The only annoying part about adding comb is you have to lift the supers. This hive tool is really hot. Can't leave them in the sun for very long. So we're going to see how this goes. Usually I can lift them. It's just not super cute, but it's all right. I've posted some videos that I look very interesting in, so it'll be alright. But this is really full and it looks really good, so I'll go ahead and pull a frame out. So because this was foundation, most of this was foundation, and it's completely drawn out, both boxes, I have a good feeling that they'll hopefully draw out this comb frame or comb box. They're starting to cap it just barely, so that's a good sign. It's been such a weird year with the flow. We're just adding supers hoping that they'll fill them. So let's take this box off. It's not too bad actually. It's full though, so that's good though. Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, so then this is full. You can see they're even starting to build extra comb, so that's hopefully a good sign for this comb super. Hopefully it'll do really well actually. Just because I have a feeling these frames are fully capped, I'm going to pull one out because I can't help myself. I could look at it 1,000 times in one day and I'd still want to pull another frame out. Okay, no, I lied. It kind of looks like it's fully capped and then it's not. So they haven't fully capped it, but they're getting there. I'm sure it's pretty thick already though. I'm probably pretty close to being ready to be extracted. So let's put this super on. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 frames in here. I always get mixed up because we do 10 or 9 frames for drawn comb and then 10 frames for foundation. So then yeah, that would make sense that we're doing 10 frames for these ones because these are basically foundation. So that's what we're doing, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this next box on top, which will be fun because it's even taller now. We've got some, when they're on the stands and they've got like 4 supers, I have to stand on like a bucket or something because it's so tall. Sometimes I lift them and I think there's propolis and it's like stuck, but really it's just too heavy. I can't actually lift it. Okay. That one slid a little bit. They seem pretty happy for the most part. There was a couple hives over there I checked that weren't super excited to see me, but they seem to be okay. Let's see if I can, there we go. That looks pretty good. So then hopefully I will come back and do an update video, but we'll see how that goes. Just to see if they're starting to fill it or not. There's a hive down here that, this is another comb one. Our comb supers are shallows and they always tend to be super, they don't have handles or there's like holes everywhere. So this is a new handle that we made, but like this one's really not getting too full. There's one over there though that looks really good. So I would go over there and show you, but that means I have to pull 2 other supers off to check it. So we're not going to do that. I'm already out of breath from lifting that one. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. And thanks for watching today's video. Follow along for more bee adventures and be here next time on Beekeeping with Natalie.